major controversy has erupted in West Bengal after Bengali singer Lagnajita Chakraborty was allegedly abused and threatened during a live performance in East Midnapore. The incident took place at South Point Public School in Bhagwanpur, where the singer was performing on Saturday evening. According to her complaint, the program was progressing smoothly until she sang Jago Maa, a song from the film Devi Chowdhurani. Moments later, the singer claims a man allegedly rushed onto the stage, attempted to attack her, and shouted, and I quote here, "Enough of Jago Maa, now sing something secular." The outburst, she said, was clearly audible to the audience. The singer immediately stopped the performance and later lodged a police complaint. The accused has been identified as Mehboob Mallick, a member of the school's governing body. Police have taken action arresting Mallick, and the incident has triggered a strong political reaction, with the BJP alleging an anti-Hindu mindset behind the disruption. Investigators are now continuing as the case sparks a wider debate on artistic freedom and intolerance during cultural events. Major controversy in West Bengal after a singer's performance was interrupted midway in East Midnapore. The incident taking place at South Point Public School in Bhagwanpur, and the singer in question, Lagnajita Chakraborty, who had just started singing Jago Maa, was interrupted on stage by a man who rushed onto the stage, and the singer has claimed in her police complaint that this man assaulted her and demanded that she sing secular songs and asked her to stop singing Jago Maa. We have the singer in question, Lagnajita Chakraborty, set to join us. We have, in the meanwhile, Rajarshi Lahiri, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. We have Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst, and Mohamita Chakraborty, political analyst, with us on the broadcast for now. Thank you, all of you, for taking time out to be with us. Rajarshi Lahiri, the BJP has claimed that this incident is a reflection of an anti-Hindu mindset.
Well, to start with, one has to know that the song which was there in Devi Chowdhurani was a novel written by Rishi Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay based on the background of the Sannyasi rebellion of 1770s during against the British, and which was also a part of and later on, a similar sort of a novel was also written, that was Anandamot, based on Sannyasi rebellion only. Now, in Anandamot, we know the Vande Mataram song was incorporated, and we cannot sing Vande Mataram because it hurts the minority sentiments, is a long-going debate ever since. Vande Mataram was thought to be initially the national anthem of the nation during the independence. Now, when a minister, a sitting minister, Janab Siddiqullah Chaudhary, publicly says that the entire South Calcutta belongs to Waqf property. Now, what is there in South Calcutta? One of the 51 Sati Peeths of Ma Kali is there in South Calcutta. Almost all the ex and present chief ministers' residents are there in South Calcutta. The famous Korunamoi Kalibari, the famous Dakat Kalibari, they are all in South Calcutta. So everything, the Kalighat Kalibari, which is mentioned in the chronicles of Yuan Sang, is claimed to be a Waqf board property. When Firad Bobby Hakim, the sitting mayor of Calcutta and an ex-minister, claims that people who are born as non-Muslims are extremely unfortunate and should be invited to Dawat-e Islam and brought to Islam. When Firad Bobby Hakim says that in the future, the 50% of the population of Bengal will speak Urdu, whereas the fight of February, the 21st February, the language Andolan that had happened in East Bengal was based between Bengali and Urdu. When ministers and MLAs like Humayun Kabir openly says that they will establish Babri Masjid in West Bengal, whereas there is no connection between Babar's boyfriend Babri and Bengali speaking Muslims or even the West Bengal. So this gives
Right.
an added option, an added um, a backup from the sitting government to these radical Islamists to propagate this sort of things.
Right. Right. Shubhankar
First thing,
Bhattacharya. Right.
I'll just finish my line that the Bhagwanpur police station OC, IC, Shahjahan Haq, who denied to take the complaint for 2.5 hours of Lagnajita, only until when BJP pressurized, the BJP people there pressurized, the Thana, the police station was gherao by the gangs of this Mehboob Mallick, and they were pressurizing so that police doesn't take any actions.
Okay.
This is exactly what is happening in Bangladesh. West Bengal is turning out to be West Bangladesh. If
Okay.
something happens there, actions are taken by the world and by the UNO, then these things would start happening in Bengal. If the census is done, the minority population is nothing less than 40% over in Bengal. And because of which, this taharush, which happens only when this minority population, Islamic population, turns out to be 40% anywhere in this world. This is a written agenda of this cult, and that happens of this barbaric cult ever since 711 AD in India.
Okay. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, is the establishment, is this the government in West Bengal supporting this anti-Hindu mindset?
See, number one, I think the entire agenda is about Lagnajita. And the only thing I didn't hear the name was Lagnajita Chakraborty. What happened over there, the BJP spokesperson, right from starting from singing of Vande Mataram, which actually the RSS and BJP had never accepted and never sung properly, right? Now, all of a sudden, they have that love for them. Okay, fine. He went on and on for history, geography, this, that, a part of the one name, that is Lagnajita Chakraborty. What happened with her is condemnable, and the person accused has been arrested immediately. Unlikely, the son of Mr. Taney, who after, running his car over tens of farmers, he was responding, and it took 180 days to arrest him. 180 days to arrest him. The only difference is that UP, you cannot ask any question over there. And this is West Bengal. You can always plan to have a East Pakistan. You can look it in any possible way. The thing is, we can always have a political rhetoric. You can go on having a political rhetoric. But the harm that you are doing over here is you are maligning the name of the entire state.
Okay.
And how is it happening? I'm telling you. See, I'll ask you one. I think you allowed the BJP spokesperson to go on and on for 5 continued minutes, and I don't think I did try to even interrupt.
Okay.
I allowed him to finish it.
Go ahead.
So the thing over here is rather very simple. Now, what is happening over here? Any name that has a Muslim surname will become a leading TMC leader. And whatever the Muslim fascination is going over there, it is all TMC sponsored. So this all rhetoric will be done. I understand that. That is politics, and we will be seeing it till 2026. I understand that. I accept it. But let me ask you something. He was just talking about 40%. Let's have a census. You didn't allow the census to happen after 2011. After that, 2021, okay, I understand it was we were facing COVID-like situation. What happened after that? We couldn't have one census. You have can you name who is the registrar and chairman of the census board? Can you name him? Who is he? Can you name him? No, because Mr. Mrityunjay Narayan has been sitting idle. You're not allowing him to do the job over there. Allow him to come over in West Bengal and tell the people of India that this is the portion of these are the Hindus. This is the number of Matuas. This is the number of Muslims. This is the number of backward. Come up with the proper census, a caste-based census, what even Rahul Gandhi has been asking for. The thing is, you don't want to come up with a solution. You want to aggravate the problem. You want to show. See, this is I think the worst thing I always hear is when you say, oh, this is West Bangladesh, then stop calling it a West Bengal.
Okay.
When you say West Bengal, you are actually legitimizing East Bengal at the very same point.
Okay.
So,
Point taken.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We also have Mamata Chakraborty with us. Mamata Chakraborty, you wanted to come in.
Yes, so I just would like to add 2 lines before I come to my main point. So I would just like to remind Mr. Shubhankar that unfortunately or fortunately, all the Muslim name has created the controversy. Can you please tell me, Bobby Hakim said that ki kafirder মায়ের গর্ভ এরকম কিছু একটা criticism করেছিল. That means he criticized the womb of the mothers who have given the birth of the Hindu children. Secondly, Humayun Kabir, couple of months back, clearly mentioned and said that he will cut all the Hindus and Bhagirathi ki pani mein baha denge. That point to be noted. He was talking about the Muslim names and also that, so I just reminded that to him. Anyway, now Krishna, coming to Lagnajita Chakraborty's point. So what happened with Lagnajita Chakraborty in West Bengal is definitely not just an insult to an artist. It's a direct assault of Hindu faith, culture, and civilizational expression. So let us not dilute the facts. She was not singing a provocating song at all, because I know Lagnajita personally, so she's not a person who is associated to any political party, or she cannot do anything provocating type of sorts. I know that. So she was not singing anything provocating song or so she was not even inciting the hatred. She was actually singing some song like Jago Maa, kind of that. So a sacred expression of Hindu devotion. So and yet she was told to stop. She was asked not to sing that song anymore. So think about the gravity of that moment, Krishna. When a woman is prevented from singing a Ma Durga song, we are no longer talking about the law and order. We are not talking about the law and order of the state.
Yeah,
we are talking about the religious intimidation. And of course, and you know what is most dangerous? When she was asked to sing some secular. So Krishna, if I raise the point of the secularism, are we really secular, truly secular? So why does, if we are truly secular, then why does Muslim personal law still operate in this country? If secularism meant one law for all, then Uniform Civil Code should have been implemented in 1950 itself, the day our constitution came into the force.
Okay.
Why wasn't it?
Okay, fair enough.
And
Fair enough. Before we go any further, let's quickly listen to what the police had to say.
अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट है उसके जब भी हम लोगों का द मोमेंट वी केम टू नो अबाउट दैट हम लोगों ने तुरंत उसको अरेस्ट करने के लिए हम लोग डिसाइड किए। तो उसके बाद से रेड चल रहा था, ही वॉज एब्सकॉन्डिंग मोबाइल बंद करके, लेकिन हम लोगों ने उसको पकड़ लिया है। तो आज पकड़ा गया है, कल हम लोग को कोर्ट में पेश करेंगे और उसके बाद रिमांड का प्रेयर करेंगे और आगे का जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है उसको हम लोग आगे ले जाएंगे। सिंगर है, उनके साथ भी हम लोग टच में है, तो उनका जो वर्सन हम लोगों को मिला उसमें से समझ में आया कि मतलब थाने का जो है अप्रोच इट कुड हैव बीन अ बिट बेटर, प्राइमा फेसी हम लोगों को लगा। तो इसमें जो इसको बोलते हैं हम लोग, ये थोड़ा लैकडाइजिकल था कि कुछ नेग्लिजेंस था, उसके चलते हम लोग डिपार्टमेंटल इंक्वायरी हैज़ बीन इनिशिएटेड। वो एसडीपीओ जो है, एक एसडीपीओ डीएसपी रैंक का ऑफिशियल यहाँ का एसडीपीओ करेंगे, जो फाइंडिंग्स आएगा उस पर हम लोग कार्रवाई करेंगे।
On what Shubhankar Bhattacharya and Mamata Chakraborty were saying.
Let me answer when he's questioning about the census part. The census would happen in 2027 as it has already been declared. And it is Humayun Kabir, a sitting MLA from Trinamool Congress only, who himself has declared in public that the Muslims are more than 37% in the state. So probably he's not aware of what he has spoken about. And when I have cited the examples of what the Trinamool Congress minority leaders like Firaq Bobby Hakim and Siddiqullah have said upfront on public anti-Hindu statements, neither the Speaker of the Vidhan Sabha Assembly nor the government nor the administration has taken any cognizance of those things. Now, when starting from Dhulagor, Boshirhat, Naliakhali, Degonga, Horiharpara, Murshidabad, each and every Hindu massacre incidents that have happened ever since the left rule till Mamata Banerjee's rule, the latest being the fleeing of Hindus from Malda, Murshidabad, from Murshidabad to Malda, and Horogobindo Das and Chandan Das, who were murdered only because of being Hindu, just like Dipu Das in Bangladesh was murdered brutally day before yesterday for just being Hindu. When Kali temples in Ultodanga itself in Kolkata gets attacked, when Durga Pandals in Garden Reach, Bobby Hawkins' constituency gets attacked, when Lakshmi Pratima gets vandalized in Chandornagar, across the state, the complete administration keeps us an awful silence, and so does the left liberal, the buddhijivis, the artists, the intellectuals who keep a strange silence and mum. Now, looking at this, during the Gita part, there was an incident which had happened. People went on blah blah on that somebody was selling patties, and all his patties were thrown away. If somebody now look at it, if you look at the entire video, you would get to see the buyer is asking, is this a veg or this is non-veg? The seller clearly states, I have made it by my hand and myself, and this is a veg patties, not non-veg. But when they eat, they found it to be a non-veg. So naturally the buyer got angry. So people go blah blah and they go gaga on this.
Okay.
Such incidents. But when anything happens anti-Hindu, there's a strange silence. The administration, Mamata Banerjee, needs to look onto this without
Okay.
being partial to the minority vote bank,
Fair
which
enough.
she comes as Dudhel Gai. जो गाय लात मारता है, दूध देता है, उसका लात खाने के लिए मैं तैयार हूं.
Okay,
Quote
so-
unquote is what Mamata Banerjee said.
Okay, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, incident after incident of atrocities against Hindus and the establishment, the state government in being asked, why aren't you acting enough? Why are you taking any action for the matter?
See, I tell you something very interesting. The interesting thing is, still Rashi didn't speak about Lagnajita at all, right? And the agenda was one.
And things have already been shown there in the detail. I don't need to speak anything about Lagnajita. It is already shown there. The entire nation knows what has happened.
Whatever he said,
And
I did hear. I
when
did hear the
your
content
people
to
went
hear
to,
about.
when Lagnajita
I
went to
didn't read
complain,
into stand.
I have spoken. If you
This
have
is
your
what
deaf
happened.
ears, that is your problem.
See, at TV9, you are allowed to do this. You don't want to have a counter opinion on channel. If you don't want to have a counter opinion on channel, you should not. And this is the kind of etiquette, this is the kind of behavior you can accept from the BJP spokesperson.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
the kind of behavior
Okay,
you
Shubhankar,
have.
go ahead. Okay, Shubhankar, go ahead.
See, if you don't want to have a counter opinion, I think it's hardly, I can stay mum and I can continue to have my picture on the board. It's okay. And we can allow the BJP.
Go ahead, Shubhankar. I'm
BJP
making you
people
go
to
ahead.
on.
I'm making him stop and making you go ahead. You should have to go ahead and finish your point.
Okay. So what I meant over here is that it is all about politics. It is all about actually 2026 election. That is all what Rajshri or Momita is heading towards. It's all about that why should Mamata Banerjee should be ousted so that the Hindus regime can come up. That is the agenda. And we can say that, so I'm agreeing with it, right? So you want that similar thing. So that means what your netas has been saying all around, even in Gujarat, do a little bit of search on Google. A lot of netas had been saying a lot of things. They even said that once we come into power, we are going to throw all the Muslims out. That was also said. But I don't actually pay much heed to all these nonsense. From whichever, whether it be Firad Hakim, whether it be any damn leader from BJP or Congress. The thing over here is, please talk logical. The thing is, there is a crime. You didn't mention that in Noida just a couple of days back, while Prime Minister Modi was, having a this whole this thing was going over there. So 3 people died and a lot of people were injured in a train accident. But did you hear much about, condemnation going on, or people like saying that why was it arranged? The location was kept so close to the this railway. This thing, no such discussion, no questions asked, nothing, no politics played at all. The thing is, you always come into Hindu and Muslim in a state where actually you have not delivered anything. You have stopped 1,80,000 crores still pending with the central government. You have given a 40,000 crores access to UP, 62,000 crores access to Bihar. What have you given to the West Bengal? And this, now let me finish. Why do you go into every election with a gun and most undemocratic gun pointed in the head of the citizen that we are double engine ki sarkar? What do you mean by double engine ki sarkar? That if we are in the center and we are in the state, then only we are going to develop you. Else we will stop every fund, we will stop the development of the state. That is what double engine ki sarkar means.
Okay, fair enough. Momita, I'll just come to you quickly. Before that, let's quickly listen to what Lagnajita had to say.
Mehboob Mallick had charged towards the stage with the intention of hitting me. In plain words, he wanted to beat me up. And even if the video is not accessible, there were teachers, students and guardian as audience last evening, so they all saw it. And when he got up on stage and when he was here and about to hit me, 2-3 people, very unfortunate for him but very fortunate for me, 2-3 people managed to pull him away from me. And when he realized that, well, he really could not manage to beat me up even after all this, and while he was being pulled away from me, he shouted and said, "Onek Jago Maa hoyeche, ebar ekটু secular ga," which means enough of your Jago Maa, now sing something secular.
Momita Chakraborty, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, so I'm really unfortunate. I'm really sorry to say that my state, West Bengal, the being violent is becoming the trend out there. And in the name of maintaining communal harmony, the Hindu festivals like Ram Navami, Saraswati Puja, even Durga Puja are frequently subjected to restrictions, delayed permissions, and definitely bureaucratic hurdles. While political processions and religious gatherings of minority communities receive visible administrative facilitation, Krishna. If you come here, you can see that. Idol vandalism and temple recroachment and targeted intimidation in Hindu localities are routinely reduced to local law and order issues and carefully stripped to of religious context. And yet any attempt by Hindu to publicly assert their religious identities immediately framed as majoritarian aggression, and the asymmetry is not regular governance. It is selective policing of faith. Sorry.